Hello everyone, hello, I hope you're all well. Just getting set up as usual. Sorry for the slight delay, having a few internet issues. So it was just took me a little bit of time to get logged on. So hopefully that isn't going to be the case for the rest of the evening. I can see we've got a few people joining us. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. It is Crafty Thursday, which is always exciting. Oh, here we go. Here I am. Turn my noise off. Go away, noise. There we go. Oh, yay, we're here. Excellent. So I've got Julie, Danielle, I've got Alison, Esther, hello there, Claire. Oh, Claire, your internet is dodgy too, is it? Oh, so it's not just me then. Zamara's with us, Anne-Marie, Lindsay, Annalisa, Sarah. Oh, thank you so much for joining me. Hello, Shani. Everyone, we just typed a bit too quickly then, didn't you, Shani? Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you can join me this evening. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do this evening. I'm having a little bit of a ponder and a little bit of a think as to what we could do, because there's lots of things that we could do, but I'm not quite sure which. Well, I think my problem is that I've got too many things. Hello, Lucinda. Welcome to your first Time for Tea Live. Amazing. Thank you for joining us. Aisha says, hey, Joe, and how are you both? These are so cute. Oh, thank you so much. We're really good, thank you. Ant is in the other room having something to eat. He's only just getting his tea, bless him. And I'm ready to do some crafting. Hello, Alison and Emma and Claire. Hello, I'm colouring those cats tonight. Well, I am in the mood for some smitten kittens tonight, so we might be colouring these together, I would say. Hello, Shabnese, how are you, my lovely? So let's pop these away then, and let's have a little think about what we might want to do. I'll just put these on the shelf behind me there so I don't knock them over. Right, so like I say, I'm in the mood for some smitten kittens tonight, I think. Although, you know, the new release has got me, so I just want to use everything. So let me just grab some of my, where are my smitten kittens? Where are they? Because I'm feeling that, you know, I need to do something a little bit Valentine's-y. Because before you know it, Valentine's will have come and gone. And I do love to make, there they are. I do love to make Valentine's cards. Because who doesn't love to make cards about love and hugs? And they don't just have to be for a Valentine, do they? They can be for a friend or whatever. So I've got a couple of ideas. I've also got some ideas to use with some of my scraps. So I've got quite a few scrap pieces from when I've made some other cards, the bits that have been cut from the backgrounds. So for example, when I've done these backgrounds, not these ones actually, where was it? Which one was it? Ah, it was this one. This card that I made, I'd done a background with some beautiful kind of a watercolour effect with my inks, which was really cool, and I cut out lots of different size hearts, and I had a few left over, and I did wonder whether it would be kind of nice to make a background with some of those and with some of the hearts that we cut from our panel die here. But like I say, I'm a bit overrun with loads of different ideas. But I do love our little guys here. And then also I'm still would really like to do something else with our Be Kind Be You set, and I did have a number of ideas with that we could do. I'd like to use the Big Hugs die set as well today, because I think that that's going to be really cool. So like I say, I've got so many different ideas that I think I may be a little bit overrun with what we're going to do. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Claire says she may have to copy. That's cute. Charlie says she's put quite a big order in, some old and some new things. Can't wait. Treated myself as not crafted or bought anything for a few months. Oh wow, Shani, thank you so much. I have seen your order actually. Yes, there's lots of great stuff in there, so so thank you very much for that, and lots of amazing goodies that you'll get to play with there. Aisha says 2 min's gonna have to switch to my phone as my tablet is about to go to sleep. Oh no. And Danielle got her order today. Thank you, that's so good. I'm so glad that people have started to get their orders, because thankfully the dies came sooner than we expected, so that meant we could get them out really quickly, which was awesome news. So let's have a think. What could we do? I know what we could do. I've got 2 cards in mind, and I think we might end up doing them both, because one of them I'm hoping is going to be quite a simple one. Yeah, right, okay. Okay, I think I know what I'm going to do. She says. Right, okay, so we're going to, I keep saying okay. We're going to use our little smitten kittens, I think, here. Which smitten kitten shall we use? I think I might use him with his balloons. I've already got him stamped out. I've already used him, so we'll have to stamp him out fresh, so that I can show you how we do that. And I'm going to use him on a different card, I think. Yes, right, okay. I'm on it. I'm on it, everyone. I'm on it. Let's start with our background, which I'm going to use this for, because I had an idea for this, which I think is going to work. She says. So I need some cardstock. Let me get some nice cardstock. This is a nice piece of cardstock, I think. I've done a nice bit of blending on here, so it looks like it works. So I'm going to make whatever size card this is. I think this might be an A2 size card. In fact, that might not be an actual card size, that one. I might have made that one up. Let me see. I've not done an A2 size card for a while. Yeah, that's an A2 size. Should we do an A2 size card? Love the sentiment, I miss your face. I know, that is my favourite one, I think, Annalisa. I'm going to use that a lot. I know, I can just tell. Okay, so I've got my A2 layering dies here, and this is an A2 size card. And I'm going to cut a panel from some white cardstock that's going to fit in the centre here. But I think what I'll do, yeah, I will cut it first, I think. Yeah, and then I know what I'm working with. Just doing a bit of thinking as well as doing. So I'm just going to trim this down, because my so I use my Gemini. Oh, that's got a bit of a mark on it there. I don't want to use the bit with a mark on it, do I? Let's turn this around. So I'm going to use my Gemini, and it is a large Gemini. It's the larger one, so it will cut an A4 piece, but I do have quite warped plates. So what that means is that some parts of my plate don't cut straight away, which is I do need to get myself some new plates. Or another solution, if you're having that problem, is to run them under some really hot water. Be careful, don't burn your hands, but it does then make the plastic more pliable, and that means that you can bend it back into shape. So I probably need to have a go at doing that, but you can see there that all of my plates are a little bit warped. So it does affect the efficiency. Hello, Isha, she's back. Hi, Jasmine. Thank you for joining us. I'm just going to deepen the crease there in my card base. I'll pop that to one side. It's very noisy, the Gemini, so I do apologise. If anybody tells you it's not noisy, just try, you know, having it right next to you when you're on a live. It is very noisy, so I do apologise for that. So we've now got our little panel cut out. And my plan for this panel is to pop these back, and then I'm going to stamp onto this panel. So let me pop them in there. So I'm going to get a little bit of scrap paper here and pop this underneath, because I'm going to stamp off my page to make it look like it's some patterned paper, and I'm going to use the Love You stamp, because I think this is really, really cool. So pop that on, and I'm going to do this with an acrylic block rather than in my stamping platform, because it'll just be easier, because I'm going to be moving it around in different directions on my background. So colour wise, I do want to use some colours that are quite I suppose traditionally Valentinesy looking. So I'm thinking probably pinks and reds mainly. I've got a few here, but they might not be, these might not be quite bright enough. So I've got a bit of Candied Apple. That might be a nice red. It's quite a juicy one, that one. Dried Marigold is a nice one as a bit of a kind of a transition colour. I do have some worn lipstick, which is also a very nice colour. And then I think maybe some picked raspberry is a good pink as well. So what we can do with our bit of card, scrap piece of card that we've cut our panel from, is test this out. So sorry, I'm just catching up on your sentiments. Annalise, so Julie says that that it's her plan to use the Amish Your Face sentiment on my card that you started making today. Fantastic. It is perfect for the current situation, Annalisa, isn't it? Hello to Jenny. And Fiona, hello there. Hooray, just checked onto Facebook during card making, your notification popped up. Now I can craft along with all of you. Oh, that's amazing. Yay. What are you crafting? Tell us what you're doing. I love to know what you're all doing. And Jenny says that she's made it. Hello. She hasn't had a great day, so she needs cheering up. Well, I shall do my very best to cheer you up, Jenny. That is what we're here to do, because I think sometimes, you know, when you are having a bit of a fed up day and a bit of a stress day, that a bit of time to just relax, even if you're just watching somebody else doing the crafting, I think it is just a bit of a nice pick-me-up, isn't it? So sit back and relax, Jenny, and let's do this. So I'm going to start with some worn lipstick, I think, and like I say, I'm going to stamp it out on to my scrap piece of paper first. Now the Distress Oxide inks are not always the best for stamping with, but I do quite like the look of it being that little bit distressed, I guess. I think that does look quite nice. So it doesn't have to be a perfectly solid colour for me. So, but I am putting down a decent amount of pressure, just so that I know that I am going to get as much colour down as I possibly can. And the more you stamp with your stamps, if that makes sense, the better coverage you're going to get. So I'm using a stamp chamois here. Well, this isn't actually a stamp chamois, it's actually a chamois for your car, which I got from Amazon, and I love it. So if you're looking for something similar to clean your stamps, I really do recommend it. If you've got any stubborn stains, then a bit of stamp cleaner on it, which we sell in the shop. that will work a treat. And then just rub it with your stamp, with the chamois, and it's perfect. And it doesn't get any fibres on it like you might get if you were using a baby wipe. So that's why I like it. And obviously the baby wipes are not the most environmentally friendly things to be using, so we try not to use those if possible. So I'm going to turn my stamp around as well, just to get to fill in all of the little kind of nooks, I guess, and make it look random and like we've got a bit of tumbling of our hearts. And like I say, some of them are going to go off the page like it is a pattern, and I'm going to see here that I've probably not left enough room, but actually what might be quite nice is to do some that overlap, so that might be quite a nice look. So let's try, I'm going to try some abandoned coral now. And this is going to be one that, you know, you can just keep practicing with different layouts and different combinations. See what works best. I think we'll pop one there. That looks kind of cute, doesn't it? And I think we might just fit one in this space here without it overlapping too much. Oh, perfect. So I think I need another colour in here, don't I? Maybe we go with the worn lipstick. I don't know whether I want to introduce another colour just because I think this combination of colours is looking really nice. So let's try that worn lipstick again. Oh yes, did look, Oscar have a good birthday? So let's have a look. Where are we up to? Jasmine says she can't stay longer. She's got a headache. Oh, bless you. I hope you're feeling better soon. Catherine, hello, Catherine. We've not spoken for ages. How are you, my dear? Lovely to see you. And you've lost your crafty mojo, so you're hoping that it's going to help bring some back. Well, let's see what we can do. Definitely. We all have those moments for definite, don't we? So I'm just going to add a little bit in there, and I think maybe that might be quite good. I've got a bit more of a gap there than I really wanted, but I don't think that's too bad actually. I'm quite happy with how that's worked. Yeah, and what we can do is we can I'm going to pop something extra on here, on the front of here, so that will cover up that little gap anywho, so not to worry. Excellent. So we didn't use those two in the end, we used these, so I think these are the colours that I will use for any different accents. So I love that looks a little bit like Love Heart Sweets and stuff. They look really cool. Let's have a look. Oh, Lindsay, you've lost your mojo as well. Well, let's hope we can get everybody's mojo back, because sometimes you just need to do something and you're back in the game. Jasmine says she made a card with the Hugs and Kisses stamp set, just posted to the group, planning another for tomorrow. Yay! I love those Hugs and Kisses. Oscar's here. Hello, Oscar. Oscar, how was the birthday? Alice loves the pigs and is waiting to get paid. Alisa says you could use a little heart in the set to go in the little spots. Yes, I could do that, but I think I'm going to leave it for the moment and see how it looks. Alison says, yes, Oscar did have a good birthday. He got his own time for tea voucher. Oh my God, that's so cute. I love that. Oh, Oscar, what are you going to spend it on? Julie says it looks like the colour of fruit salad sweets. It does, and I hadn't realised that, but maybe, but now you've made me want a fruit salad sweet. Katrin says she's good. She's had a new job, so has been a bit busy and missed a bit of time for tea. Bless you. Well, what's the new job? And congratulations to you. Excuse me while I just have a drink. I think, you know, getting a new job at this time is pretty darn impressive, I would say. So, I'm going to, this scrap piece of card is going to come in most handy because, well, it's not a scrap piece of card, it's a good piece of card, but I'm using it for several things here. But I just need to find my, here we go. So the nesting heart dies are a really super cool set of fat hearts. So they don't perfectly, you know, match up with each other. They leave a nice fat outline, which I think is perfect. And this one here, I think is going to be the perfect size for what I'm looking to do. And then I think we might have our little, we'll either have our little cat here or our little cat with the, I think our little cat with the heart chocolates is going to be perfect, isn't it, really? And we could either have that there or there, it doesn't really matter, but I think this is going to be the ideal size. So that's the size that I'm working towards. So I think what I'm going to do, just so that I know that I'm getting my colour in the right place, I think somebody has stolen all of my pencils. So that's quite annoying, isn't it, when you've not got a pencil? Well, I say somebody's stolen my pencils. I will show you my pencil. This is a lovely pencil that the lovely Leslie from Heavy Doodle gave me when we met about a year ago, actually. And the end has been chewed by Rosie. So thanks for that, Rosie. That means I don't have a working pencil right here. So, I'm not going to show you the other one that she's also mangled. She's actually taken the top off that one. So, she's quite the little treasure, isn't she? She's so naughty. What am I going to do with her? So now I don't have a pencil. That's great, because Aunt did come over earlier and went, "You're not using this, are you?" And I thought, no, I'm not using that. So he's run off with my only working pencil. Not to worry. We shall persevere. I think I know what I'm doing, she says. Because I think all I'm going to do is just going to use one colour of pink, because I don't want anything to clash too much. But I did think it'd be nice to do somewhat of an ombre kind of an effect. But let's lay down some pink first, and then I think we can probably get an idea of what we want to do. Yeah, I think it'd be quite nice to have a little bit of that dried marigold in one side. So I'm going to use one of my new brushes here with some of that dried marigold and bring that into one side. And then I am going to just wipe that off with my chamois, and I'm going to use that same orange for my abandoned coral and bring that in on this side. And I don't think you'll really see the deeper pink too much. That will blend away, but it almost looks now like we've got some nice different stripes of colours across the middle there, which will be quite cute. So, and then if I give my my brush another wipe on the microfiber cloth, that'll make it clean and ready to use again. What's going on in the world then? What's happening with everyone? Let me pop these my chamois away, because I need to keep it in an airtight container so that it stays a little bit wet. And then I'm going to line this up on here. Oops. So that we can see bits of all of those colours, which I do think looks really quite cute. And we'll give that a little snippety snip. Pop that through. Sorry about the noise, guys. Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves. And pop our stamp back as well. So the Be Kind, Be You stamp set, I think, is one that, you know, you're going to be able to use elements of it for so many different things. And because you've got the coordinating dies that cut out each of those bits, including the smile and the hello and the you, with layering dies, you're going to be able to use it for so many different things. It's going to be awesome. So pop that to one side. So now we've got this lovely heart here, which looks really, really cute. And pop that back with the rest before I lose it. You know I'm going to, if I don't. Let's have a look. Julie says she loves the heart dies. Cut a couple of those out earlier too, as well as the critters and heart panel dies. You've been doing lots of die cutting, haven't you, today? Loads of congratulations. Rainbow blender brushes, yes, amazing. So exciting news on the rainbow brushes. We will be on Create and Craft on Sunday with these lovelies, with some of our stencils and some sentiment dies as well. And I'm also expecting delivery very soon of the brush caddy, but that will be bigger. It's a bigger one than the one that I've just shown you. Jess says, I'm crafting away, trying not to mentally freeze up. I'm so nervous about a virtual interview next week. I'm terrible at saying anything coherent in an interview. Oh, Jess, I know exactly what you mean. It's when you want it so badly as well, it is really tough, isn't it? So just try and relax. Everybody there is in the same position as you. So, and I've always said to myself and to Anne, is that if you don't get the job, then it wasn't the job for you. As long as you've been yourself and you've been honest, if that wasn't enough to get you the job, then it wasn't the job for you. And the job for you is just around the corner. So, but I know how it's easier when you're not in that position. Hello Angie, how are you? You're late again, don't worry. You've just missed me doing my background, which was lots of fun, to be honest with you. So you'll have to watch the replay for that bit. Claire, life is housework, craft, go to work, repeat, pretty much. I am very lucky that my work is this though. So I'm very happy about that. Aisha says that she agrees that the Gemini is noisy. She has the A4 one, but wouldn't be without it. I call mine my baby. That's cute. I call mine lots of things. Baby doesn't seem to be one of them though. Bless you. So you're getting lots of support for the interview, Jess. Lauren, just arrived late. New washing machine just arrived, says Lauren. Only got this on in the background as need to make some more videos for work, so we'll need to mute at some points too. Don't worry, you don't need to listen to me. Sorry, did anyone hear Joe answer this? Which was answer what? What? What am I answering? Sorry, if I missed a question, I do apologise if I've missed a question. Please ask me again and I shall, because I'm trying to scroll back. And it's not very interesting watching nothing while I'm scrolling about. I need my assistant back, don't I? I need Ant back. We need to start a campaign to see if we can get Ant to come back when he's not so busy. So, right, where are we up to? sorry, will I be restocking the Cozy Sweater stencil? So, the Cozy Sweater stencil, I do have a few in stock. However, the Cozy Sweater stencil will be one of the stencils that's on Create and Craft at the weekend. So that's why I've knocked the stock back in order to give enough to them. And they will be getting it at an offer price. So I don't know if you're a Create and Craft club member or if you've bought from Create and Craft before, but they do offer obviously a discount and different options, which might mean buying it from them at the weekend as part of a bundle might be cheaper for you. So it's entirely up to you, but I will be adding a couple more back into the shop because I think I do have one or two. I just need to double check my numbers. Aisha says she was watching. I know I keep saying I'm going to spend on your website, but Mum won't let me until we get the loft done as my craft room. So I'm hoping that the craft shows are on this year at Doncaster and I can spend on your store, but please don't tell Mum. Bless you, Aisha, that's so cute. You are very welcome to watch, and when you can spend, then we will be here. So don't worry, you'll be getting lots of inspiration in the meantime. Shani says, oh, that's great, I'll order that and the new brushes, regretted not ordering them. God bless you. Yes, so they've got the brushes on offer on a special deal, and they will have got the stencils and some sentiments. So yeah, look out for that. And it'd be great for you guys if you could, obviously you're there to watch me or record it. It just gives me so much of a confidence boost knowing that there's people that I know and love that are out there watching me. So, because it's so nerve-wracking, I get super scared. So let's trim this down. But it's one of those things that I have to get used to doing because it's really good for time for tea. So we have to do it. We have to do these things. So I'm going to do my cute little cat with his box of chocolates. Speak, Davis, speak. So let's get my stamping platform out, and I'll just move this out of the way. I'm loving the inspiration that the colours are giving me, so that's why I'm leaving it to one side. But I feel like I'm a bit surrounded by things at the moment, so I'm just going to do a little bit of manoeuvring around because I'm going to need my pens in a moment. So here we go. Now I'm organised. We're rocking. We're rocking and a rolling. Right, my little cat. Sit him there. And if I make sure that my card is up in the corner there, then I know that if I don't get a good stamp the first time around, then I can just stamp it again and it will stamp in exactly the same place, which is the beauty of the stamping platform. So let's have a look. 3 o'clock, Shani, 3 o'clock on Sunday. Katrin says, you're a project support officer. Sounds exciting, but it's not very crafty. Yes. No, that sounds awesome though, Katrin. Well done you. That's really good news. Have you got 1 or 2 shows on Sunday, says Alison. I've just got the 1 show. I normally only have 1 show because I guess we don't give them a huge amount of stock like a lot of the other companies do, because obviously we're on a small business, so we've only got so much to give them, so it doesn't really warrant 2 shows, unfortunately, which means that I will be speed crafting. So the best place to watch the crafting is definitely here, because you get more of my time for sure. Excuse me. So Angie, yes, you do work at the craft shows, don't you? That's where we met in Peterborough, I think it was, wasn't it? But yes, I don't know when those are going to happen for a while. Okay, I'm going to zoom in, hopefully. So sorry if I make you feel a little bit queasy for a moment, but I want you to get a good view of the colouring. So I'm going to use the similar sort of colour scheme that I have used before, so hopefully it's not too boring for you guys, but I do like this this way of colouring cats, and this cat here, so I'll just pop him to the side so you can see what I'm going to do. This cat here is very much like my cat Clyde. He is a little bit darker than this. I've made him a bit grey here, but sometimes grey is a bit easier on the eye than pure black. It just gives you a little bit more depth rather than just a flat black colour, which sometimes that you can get. So I'm just using my N3 here, and this is what I'm going to use to lay the majority of the grey colour down, and just decide where I want most of his splodges of colour to be. I want him to have little white paws, because he's mostly white, is Clyde, and you can't see from the picture here, but he has 3 legs in real life. Bless him. So, which he does very well on, and he is the grand old age of 19 this year. No, is he? Yeah, he's 19 this year. Bless him. So he's doing very well for an old man. He's as grumpy as an old man can be sometimes, but he's allowed to be. You were doing the make and takes for Carnation Crafts at the time. Ah, yes. I've seen some of your bits in a couple of shows. I can't remember which ones they were. I don't think they were Carnation Crafts. I feel like they were a licensed, like maybe one of the Aardman or the Aardman ones. I may have made that up. I don't know. I may have. So, but I definitely saw some of your cards, and I thought, oh, they're Angie's cards. You've got to mention. Natalie says, love the colouring. I haven't got the neutral Copics, but might have to invest. So the reason that I went for these, being, you know, heavily influenced by other people, as we all are, you know, you watch somebody online and you think, oh, that's really good, I really like that. I was watching a lady called Angie Hunt. She's she's the owner actually of LDRS Creative, who are an American brand, really cute. I don't think, or I'm not sure of anybody who stocks their stuff in this country, which is such a shame, because they are lovely. She does a lot of lives on Facebook as well. And she said that she prefers the N shades, of grey, because they are, as they say on the tin, more neutral for doing things like animals and so on, and particularly penguins. And she said it's because the cool greys have more blue tones in them, which makes your animals or your penguins look blue. Now, I kind of don't mind that, because when something is really black, it does have a bit of a blue tinge to it, doesn't it? So I think that probably works for penguins, but for other critters, I thought maybe she's got a point. Maybe the neutral shades would be more neutral and better for doing your critters. So that's why I invested in them. And to be honest with you, I have really enjoyed using them since since I got that little bit of advice. So moving on then to our little love heart box here. So I think I'm going to go with the I've got an R27. Yes, I've got an R24, R27, but I'm going to start with this kind of corally pink shade for the lighter areas of my box. So I'm just going to pop a bit of this colour around the front and just around there. The rest of it is probably going to be quite dark. So this is my my R24, and this is, I'm going to go over a lot of the colour here to add a bit of shading. So sorry, I do tend to go a bit quieter when I'm colouring, and I'm not as good at answering your questions or seeing your comments, so I'm really sorry if I'm missing some vital bits of information, but I just have to look with my eyes down, otherwise my kitty's going to end up with a red face. And then I'm going to go with the R27 and just deepen some of these shadows under the paw, under the where the bow is, just there, and then under this paw here, just behind the bow. It's going to cast a bit more of a shadow, and I kind of want the box to look a little bit more red than I do pink, but I take it in stages. So I work up to it, and I'm cautious with how I apply the colour, because you can always add a little bit more, but you can't, although you can take it away to some degree with your alcohol markers. With something like a red, which is very bold, that is quite difficult to do. So it's better to be a little bit more cautious. Now you can see that I've gone over the edge there with my pink, but that's okay, because we're going to colour this bow in over the top of it, and I'm going to colour, rather than the contrasting colour, because we've gone for all these sweet fruit salady colours, I'm going to keep the fruit salady colour going on in the middle. And I'm just going to test out a few little orangey colours that might work for the for this, which is actually the dried marigold, isn't it? So let's see. See, that seems a little bit browner, but that is the YR12, which should go with the YR15. But it might dry back nice, so we'll keep hold of that. Sometimes with when you first apply your Copic colours down, they can be a little bit darker until they dry back a little bit, and that's when you get their true colour coming through. So I like this peach colour, you see, that's quite pretty. So we're just trying out a few of these colours to see which one's going to work best for us. But I think I've pretty much decided I know what we're doing. I like this colour here. And then probably the one that I thought was too dark is actually the one that is the closest to it. And it's only a small area that we're colouring. So I'm going to go with the YR82 and the YR15, which is the pumpkin colour. I think it was the YR15. No, I think it was the YR12, wasn't it? Yes, the YR12. The YR12. Yes, it was. So let's pop those back before I get myself confused again. So YR82. Fruit salads and blackjacks. Angie, they're my favourite. I love them. I love them. So I'm going to lay down the YR82 first of all, and just give all that that background colour. And then, because it's a small space and the colour is quite juicy, I'm just going to give that a second just to dry back a little bit and read some of your comments. Yes, Angie says yes, she did the Aardman too. Fantastic. Yes, I thought. See, I'm not losing my mind. Good night, Jasmine. Thank you for joining us. If you've already gone, I'm sorry if I missed you. Natalie says, oh, I didn't know that. I always use the warm greys. Yes, so the neutrals obviously are a little bit cooler, but they haven't got that same blue tinge that a cool grey has. And cool greys, like you say, are good for mechanical stuff, so that's why they're good. They're a good in between. Funny, I just ordered some neutral greys with some Christmas money from a friend. I have Copics for years and never owned any neutrals. I know they are new to me as well, and like I say, you would perhaps think, why do I need so many different types of grey? How can there be so many different types? But it is actually true. It does make sense when you actually start using them. Annalise says she loves the way you colour kitties like this. That's cute. Jenny says a good tip about the pens. Thank you. I'm not sure which one you mean. I think it was probably about just taking your time, is it, and building up the colour, or about the neutrals. Either way, I'm glad I could be of help. So I've just blended those shades in, and then I will probably go back in again. Annalise says, yes, that's exactly why I never ordered any. I have the warms and the cools. Why do I need more? Exactly. But clearly we do. Because I also have the toner greys, Annalisa. Clearly I've got a problem. I've got full set syndrome, haven't I? So, I know I said I was only going to use 2 colours, but I've lied. I lied. I'm now going to use the YR14. Because I feel like I do need a little bit more depth here than I'm getting just from that YR12. So just add a little bit of the caramel, and then we've got the YR12, which is a colour that I've no idea what that is. Laquat? What's a Laquat? Does anybody know? Answers on a postcard, please. Laquat. And then back to the YR82, which is Mellow Peach, as opposed to a stressed out peach. Okay, so cool. So I'm happy with my little kitty. Pop him back. Let's grab the coordinating die. Which one is for this guy? It's this one. Okay, so I'll just line that up, and then we're going to have to put it through the noisy Gemini again, so please avert your ears for a moment while we pop that through. Yes, so Angie, you have all of the iHub brands, which are the tattered lace and so on. So do you have the Ink Lily pens? Is that the ones that you have used? I have been very intrigued as to whether they are as good as Copics, because I know Mel Heaton, she's a big advocate of Copic markers. She's always used those in the past, and she was very determined, I think, that you know, that they would be as good as Copics, because otherwise she wouldn't choose them. So I'd be interested to know if they are, you know, that standard. You have them and Copics. And what's your take on it, Angie? Are they as good as, would you say? Okay, so we've got our heart here. And I quite like the idea, I do like the idea of having the heart at this side, which I know we've got more of a gap there, but I don't think that matters, because what I'm going to do on this portion here is we're going to have, I think we need a little sentiment somewhere, I'm not quite sure where. we could have that sentiment here, or we could have the sentiment up here. And I want to make this a happy Valentine's Day, because this looks like a Valentine's Day card, I think. I think that's what I would say. It's got all the love attached to it that makes it a bit of a Valentine's-y card, doesn't it? I think. So let's have a look. Now I'm kind of inclined to do the Happy Valentine's Day up there, and I could do that directly onto my background, which would look quite cute. And then bear with, now I've got some I'm sure I've got some scraps of vellum somewhere. I'm looking desperately around me. Oh, and it's getting naughty little Rosie in. Oh, it sounds like it's raining out there. It's not good, is it? So I don't want to cover up all of my background, you see. So I'm thinking that a bit of a strip just there would be quite cute, wouldn't it? And I've also yeah, quite like a little strip of that on there. For the money, they're very good. You see, this is what you've got to consider, isn't it? This is what you've got to consider. So let me have a look. I'm fortunate, I suppose, that over time I've been able to build up my collection. So it's not been built up from scratch. You know, this is over probably about 10 years of colouring that I've managed to get the number of markers that I need. So we have this here, which is very, very sweet, isn't it? And we've got Happy Valentine's Day. But they're sticking to my fingers, which is very annoying. So I think that is probably going to have to go at that side, because you can't see anything behind the vellum if not. So it's just going to be the opposite way around, but that's cute. And then I'm going to do my sentiments on some, we're going to do something that you know I love to do, which is a bit of heat embossing, and see what it looks like. I don't want to take away from the rest of the card, but sometimes a little pop of a sentiment on some black cardstock with some white embossing powder just really does make it. So I'm going to add these on here and see if we can cut them out in one strip if I line them up fairly straight. And just leave a little gap in between each. And pop our door down. That is reasonably straight. That is pretty good for me. So I'm going to use my anti-static pad now, and I have been using an applicator pad, but I think I did get a query about why the applicator that I was using, which I can't find. So this is my anti-static bag that I use, which is the one that we sell in the shop. So I'm going to use that just so you can see that it's exactly the same thing that you use. It doesn't come in the same applicator. It does tend to have to be a bit more powdery. So what I like to do is, once I've laid that down, I will brush some of the excess away, just so that it doesn't impede my stamping at all. And then I'm going to use my Wow embossing pad Claire Harrison says, loves the way you colour them. Thank you, Claire. That's lovely of you. Judy says, I was just thinking about doing a heat embossed sentiment white on black on my card. You see, it's the way forward. It is the way forward. You know I love it. It's very rare that I do a card without it, to be honest. But I just think it just adds a really nice pop to a card. So let's get some of our white embossing powder and pop that all over there. And you can see there, because we've used that and the anti-static pad is better than my applicator, I will be honest with you, because it produces obviously more of the anti-static powder. So it means now that when I've tapped off that excess, it's not going to stick to my card now. So that is much better. It's given me a really nice clean impression, where I might have got a few tiny little specks just here. I can just brush those away with my brush, and then we can just pop this the rest of this back, and we can heat set that with our heat tool. So I'm just going to pop that away, and I'm going to zoom back out again, because you probably can't see everything that I'm doing, can you? Because it's all a bit too close now. So I'll just zoom out a little bit. Oh, sorry if I make you a bit queasy in the process. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it, I think? So let me get my... Do you use detail white embossing powder, says Jenny. I'm just using their regular embossing powder, which I think works really well. I have used their fine embossing powder in other colours, which I do think is really good. I just don't have any of the fine in the white. I don't think they had any in stock when I actually ordered mine, and I do think it works just as well. If you're doing something a little bit, I mean, these are very small sentiments, so it is quite intricate. Hello there, it's Maria, isn't it? Is it Maria? Oh dear, almost missed it all the way. I'm sorry. Don't worry, you've not missed everything. I'm hopefully going to try and squeeze another one in before the end. I don't know what time we're on. I feel like we're making quite good time. And I've got quite a quick one in my brain. So that might be being a little bit out of focus for you guys, because I'm still a bit close, so sorry about that. Oh, try and hang this back on its little hook by my desk. It doesn't want to go on. There we go. Put on there. So once this is, give this a few seconds to dry, and while that's drying, I'm going to pop my sentiments back in here. Well, back on there rather than in there, because we'll do that later. Now once that's dried properly, so you don't touch it straight away, because the embossing will probably still be a little bit hot and a bit wet, so you can then dint it and smudge it. But once it's dried and has cooled down a little bit, I'll just give that a little bit longer. You can buff back your card with your microfiber cloth, and that will just make that paper nice and shiny again. Shiny or nice and black. 9 p.m. Yes, Maria instead of Marge. I love a sentiment on black card. It's my go-to. Mine too, definitely mine as well, Danielle. So let's chop these down. And like I say, I think I did quite a good job of getting these fairly straight with each other, which means that I'm hoping that I can then cut them out in one kind of fell swoop. Although I feel like my blade is getting a little dull, which is a bit unfortunate. So I've just cut that out as a strip, and then for the rest of it, I'm literally just going to snip off the ends. And like so. So now then, which ones have got the sentiment on? Right, let's have a go at popping this together now, shall we? I feel like I want something on here, like, I don't know, I would heat emboss on this, but sometimes your embossing will stick, but I feel like I want to, so shall we try it? So Distress Oxide ink is very, stays wet for a long time, which makes the art of heat embossing onto it very, very difficult, because your embossing powder will stick to all of your image. So I'm going to blast it with my heat tool for a little bit, and then I'm going to get my scrap paper again, like so, and I'm going to get my fake stitching around it. Oh, that'd be quite a good idea, Aisha. I like that idea. Yes, we could do that, couldn't we? Oh, that might be a good idea. Let me just, before I start down this route, I kind of want to try what we're doing, but I also think that would be a pretty idea. She's not going to see any of it, are you really? Might make it a bit busy, whereas the white stitching might be a nice idea, mightn't it? Should we go with the white stitching, guys? What do you think? Yeah, let's go with the white stitching. Great idea, Aisha. I like it. Thank you. So I'm not going to do what I was going to do, but if I was going to do what I was going to do, then I would definitely put plenty of my anti-static powder on, because I was going to do some of the little chocolates on the back. Now that would be a really nice thing to do as a background as well, if you wanted to do that. White stitches, everybody's voting for the white stitches, so you've got everyone's vote, and you've definitely got mine. So where's my white gel pen? Here we go. So white gel pen, and we'll just do some pretty white stitches. What a great idea. Love it. So I'm just doing some tiny stitches all the way around the edge. My Sakura white jelly roll pen is one of my favourite things to use. You see me use it in pretty much all of my demonstrations to just add highlights to my critters, so it's great for that. And I think one of the suggestions that I have heard is that the more you use them, the better they flow. So if you let them, if you don't use them for a while, that's when they'll kind of dry up and maybe not be as they'll not flow as easily, should we say. Love it. It would be an idea to have a heart stamped on shrink plastic, and then the recipient would have a heart to keep. Oh, what a lovely idea. Annalisa's going for a walk in -18. What now? Thank you, Aisha, but I like your idea better. I think your idea was spot on. So let's pop this together. So my bit of vellum is going to go on here. Now the best way I've found to pop vellum on something is to use a little bit of tape runner, because you'll not see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a bit of that tape runner across there, and then add my strip of vellum where I want it, and then turn that over and snip off the excess. Then we know we've got that in the right place. Now I want to add some dimension, so I'm going to use my thick, oh I can't reach it, my great big giant roll of tape here, and cut a few strips off the back of here. So let's just turn this around, see if I can guesstimate how much of the tape that I need. Not a bad guess. And that's pretty good. I've got a few little bits there that I just need to... Talking to myself now, aren't I? That's not great entertainment, is it? So, and then just being careful how I cut this off, because last week I did snip into my actual finger while I was cutting my foam tape down, which was not advisable. Not advisable at all. So let's take this off the back of here. Could use one of the heart nesting dies and I could show. Yes, great idea, Julie, about making a little, putting a hole in the heart before shrinking it down, and then you make it into a key ring. Such a good idea. There's so many things that you can do with these sets. It's just, honestly, the options are endless. So I think I've got that straight. I think that I didn't actually do a very good job of scoring that when I first did it. So I'm just going to try and rescore that so that that is actually actually straight. There we go. So we're going to pop our heart this side, and we're going to pop our little kitty just here as well. Oh look, it's so adorable. And then we're going to have Happy Valentine's Day, and I think because I am very much on the skew width most of the time, then I think maybe having it a little bit askew is going to look quite cute, isn't it? If we have it a little bit topsy-turvy, like so. What do we think? Looks quite cute, doesn't it? Yes, I'm quite liking that. So again, I think we'll have some dimension on, should we have dimension on the kitty or on the heart? I think we'll lay the heart flat and dimension on the kitty, otherwise we're going to be a bit too dimensional. Do we get, I know I'm a danger, Maria, I'm an absolute danger to everyone, including myself. So, heart on there, and I like that it's going over the edge here, so that's quite cute that that's going over the edge. And back to my foam tape. Oh, my! So I know some of you may not be aware, if this is your kind of first time watching or you're a recent follower, but I do have a frozen shoulder, which gives me an awful lot of issues from time to time. It has been getting better, I've felt, but yeah, it seems to be giving me a bit of the stretch. You know, stretching anywhere can be a little bit be a bit tough sometimes. So it's been nearly a year now, so I'm hoping it's not going to be around for much longer. It's quite annoying. So that's my little bit of dimension for that guy. Just, sorry, have I gone off piste there? Oh, and pop him just in the middle of that heart, I think. Cute. And then I'm going to use the thin foam roll tape that we have in the store, because this is perfect for your sentiments. So I'm just going to snip a piece of this off and then attach that to the back of my sentiment. Oh, and see if I can remember how we've positioned them. So we do one at a time, so we know what we're doing. Okay. And oh, have I cut that one a little bit too long? No, it's just perfect. just the right size. There we go. Can take a year to recover from a frozen shoulder. You have my sympathy. I know. It's horrendous. I mean, there could be worse things, but it's not fun. So Sarah Louise Becker says, do you have the big foam tape in your stock? So we have this one. Oh, I've got a bit of my, you can see a bit of my hair hanging around on that one, do you? So this is our large foam rope tape. It's 40 metres, it's 2 millimetres in depth, and is 5 millimetres wide. So it's perfect for shaker cards or your sentiments like we've just used there. I don't have the thick one, because it was just too expensive to get in for you guys, and so that would mean that, you know, it would probably cost something ridiculous like £20 a roll, which it's, to be honest with you, it is worth it, and I could still get it, and I probably will get it in the future. It's just also, it would cost you extra for me to post it because it is humongous. So yes, that's why in the end I didn't go for it, but so I feel like that might be a little bit on the wonk, but I love it. So final touches, again, just a bit of white jelly roll pen on my kitty and on the little box of chocks here. Just brings it to life a little bit, for me anyway. And I also like to add some of the black glaze to the eyes and to the nose. Gives them like a little shiny wet nose. And what we might also do is I have some, just for an extra little bit of blingity bling, because you know we like a little bit of blingity bling. And it is a bit of, obviously it's a celebration type card. So I'm thinking probably the clear sequins are the best, because they're not going to take anything away from the background. I don't want to add any more colour in really, but I do think that having a little bit of a sequin in the background, you see, we could have the silver ones, but I feel like they might be a bit too, do love these silver sequins. They are rather gorgeous, aren't they? Oh, I do like the silver, but it might be a bit much. What do we think? The silver ones are absolutely stunning. They are just immense. Look at those. Look at those bad boys. They're very cute. Very sweet. Do like that. What do we think? I think that looks cute. I like that. I'm going to go with that. So we've got a couple of clear ones and a couple of the silver ones. And I think that might be just the ticket. There's a little one there, little clear one just behind our kitty there. Yes, I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to use my glossy accents. Jenny says, of course the inside needs something, so you know what I'm like. You are so naughty, but yeah, we can do that. I always forget now, let me tell you this, you should, really what we should do is before I start assembling the card, is that that's when I should be doing my insert, isn't it? Because it's always more difficult to do it at this point. But, you know, we will persevere. So, my glossy accents has got fully stuck. Oh. And I've tried to unstick it with my pin, but I'm not sure it's worked. So let's, oh yes, it's worked beautifully. So we'll just add, I think I might need my pokey tool here for this bit, and add that one in there. And this one. Just there. Love adding sequins to cards, especially these clear ones, I have to say, because they are just so subtle, but just give you that little bit of extra something. Why does he not want to go back under there now? There we go. Get under there. But yeah, the silver ones, I've not really used the silver ones just yet, and I love them. I think they look really, really pretty. Okay, so I think that is a really super cute Valentine's card, I have to say. I'm very happy with that. So, you wanted an insert, did ya? So, let's have a look. Actually, what could be really, really nice on the inside, let's have a look at, yeah, this would be nice. So because like I say, we've already done the outside. Joe's inspired me to go for the fruit salad colours. Oh, that's amazing. Julie says, I was just debating sequins on my card to finish off. We're on the same thinking path tonight, Joe. Need to take a pic of mine though to check happy with it before the stick last few bits down as unsure. That's a really good tip, Julie, to do that. Really, really good tip. Maria's saying that you're coping with the side effects of a stroke, and Michelle got rehabilitation therapy for your fibromyalgia. Oh, God bless you. I do hope you're okay. That's, you know, I know that I'm really very lucky that all I'm dealing with is my shoulder. It could be, you know, so much worse. My mum is, I don't know if any of you have ever mentioned before, my mum's disabled and she's in a lot of pain a lot of the time, bless her, and yeah, it's hard. I know it's really hard for a lot of you guys, so that's why I think something like this just means such a lot to us all, doesn't it? Because it's something that for the most part we can do, and gives us a lot of pleasure, and it gives me a lot of pleasure just watching really people craft, you know. So but obviously it also gives me a lot of pleasure to do. So I'm using some of my abandoned coral, and I'm going to move that out of my way because I'm going to just try and carefully lift this. I'm going to pop these guys, I hope you can see, in this bottom corner. And I'm just going to have to let that drop for a minute just so that I can apply the right amount of pressure. Oh, Jenny had a fall and had run out of your pain relief. Oh, goodness. So, that's not the best stamp that I've ever done, but it's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. That's why, like I say, I think you're probably better doing your insert before you add the outer bits. But we're doing ours back to front, so it's fine. It's fine. And then I'm going to add the sentiment from our Smitten Kittens of I Love Mew. And I'm going to pop that onto this block, and I'm going to do this in black, but I'm going to use my VersaFine Onyx Black ink for this bit. So this is pure danger. This is danger crafting because I've also got to try and get it straight. So that's going to be fun. So that feels fairly straight. And nice bit of pressure, but don't squash. Squashed it a little bit, but I'm happy with that. I think that looks kind of cute. So I'm just going to leave it open ever so slightly. So I don't want to, just need it to dry a little. And then it's looking very, very cute. Clean that up. Love Mew. And then I think from the Be Kind Be You set, we have this cute little heart, which is the perfect addition. And again, I'm going to use my tiny little acrylic block here because it's easier to maneuver. And we'll go pop this open. I'm just going to tilt this to one side, and then we shall add a couple of little hearts around there in the pink, in the warm lipstick. And then, oh, this is turning out to be such a sweet card, isn't it? And thank you for all of your suggestions as well. It's just helped bring it all together. There we go. And then a few little hearts on the inside, and I think that just finishes it off. Cute, isn't it? Oh, I think that might have to be Aunt's Valentine's card. There you go. That saved me a job for later. Really cute, isn't it? So what time are we up to? It's 9:30, so we've done within time, which is pretty cool. So I'm excited about that. That's really cool. Now I could do another card, but it's going to take us over by another hour. So what's your thoughts? Really sweet, that, isn't it? So that is card number 1 done. Now my idea for card number 2, do you want to make mine now, Jo? Thank you. And you're very welcome, Jenny. I enjoyed doing that, very much so. So card number 2 is going to be using the Big Hug sentiment. Now, yeah, like I say, it's probably going to mean that we're here for another hour. So, and I know it's late for you guys, so we might save that for another day. But I am kind of in the mood. So just popping all of my bits away. So I'll just fill you in on some of the bits that are coming up. Like I mentioned, we're going to be on Create and Craft this weekend. So please be, you know, be around for that. I'd love it if you could join me for that. Where's my other little, my little stamp gone? There it is. And I'm also going to be taking part in a virtual show, and the name of it it's run by ICHF. It's the spring show, which they normally have at the NEC in Birmingham, but they can't do that this year because obviously of COVID and so on. So they're doing it virtually. They have had one, they did one I think in November time last year. So I've been asked to take part and do a workshop as part of the event. So I will be posting all the details of it. In the next couple of days, because they've sent me all the information through. I've already decided on what project we're going to be doing. It's going to be really cool, and yeah, I hope that you can come along to that as well. So that'll be cool. I'm also going to be doing a live with Crafting with All Brands at some point in February. I just need to confirm all the details for that as well. So there's going to be lots going on. February is going to be really, really exciting for us because we've got a mini release coming out, which I think I'm going to do in the form of a kit for you guys. You will be able to buy all the bits separately, but I think we're also going to do a kit. We've got new products arriving. We've got the brush caddies coming. So yeah, there's lots of really cool things happening in February, and I'm going to do as many lives as I can, and I'm also going to work on those workshops that I've been promising you guys. So yeah, lots and lots of stuff coming up, lots of exciting bits, and of course we're recruiting for design team members. So those of you that are interested, on our blog we do have all the details of how you can apply to be part of the design team. It's there's a number of different roles that are available, so we're looking for people to be part of our social media team, people to be part of our video creation team, a challenge coordinator, guest designers. So we are looking for some really wonderful talented people to join our team and help us promote Time for Tea Designs throughout 2021. We're looking for people who are true advocates of the brand, which I know you all are. So yeah, have a look, see if you're able to do it, meet the requirements, and yeah, please do join. If you don't have a blog, then they're so easy to set up, and they are really, really good. The thing to think about is Facebook only reaches something like 10% of the people who follow you, and is a very closed community. Whereas if you've got a blog, everybody can see that. And the way that search engines work is that the more people that link back to you and your business, and more separate links you have, then the higher up the rankings you get and the more people are likely to see you. It's really, really complicated and it's really mind-boggling, but if you want people to find you naturally, then the best way to do that is for people to be talking about you in different places, which is why a blog is so important to us. So it might seem like, you know, oh well, why is a blog important? That's really the reason why it's so important to us. Lots of opportunities, lots of exciting things to come. I'm really, really giddy about it. Thank you, Danielle. I think I'm gonna have a go at doing a quick card for us. Shall we have a quick go? Because I'm still in the mood. I'm still in the crafty mood. I've got some images that are already coloured, so we can use those. And I'm going to do a little bit of ink blending. So, and I'm going to use non-Valentines-y colours for this. So I'm going to use some cracked pistachio. I think I might use a bit of, should we use some wilted violet or see? I think maybe wilted violet and a bit of salty ocean. Ooh, that might be nice. Let's try that. Let's try that for a different colour scheme, shall we? So Angie says she used to do 2 or 3 blogs a week, so it's really good to do. Blog is on your to-do list, says Laura Ann. It was there, but it's jumping up your list. Very good. Alice says, have to go. This sounds interesting. We'll catch up. Need to speak to my mum. She has had the jab today. She's so excited. Oh, that's amazing. I can't wait for my mum to have hers. Hopefully it'll be soon. But yeah, love to you, mama. Yes, I think blogging is it's one of those things that you can let go, but actually it's such a good thing to do to promote your work and for people to get to see it, and that's really what you want, isn't it? So I'm just going to remove my black mat while we do some ink blending onto this this silicone mat that I've got underneath, or plastic mat or whatever it is, because it is better for doing that. Jess says, I'm good with the technology side of things, but I never know what to write. That is the difficult thing. You can actually get ideas online. Pinterest has a lot of ideas for blogging topics and stuff. But the thing is, just keep it simple. Just write about your card and how you made it. Really, it doesn't have to be long, you know, winded. Just take some nice pictures. Julie says she's just started blogging but enjoying what she's done so far. That's fantastic. Jenny has to go but catch up tomorrow. Thank you for joining me, my love. It's really nice of you to join us when I know you're not so well. So I could use the back of this, couldn't I? I could, you know. Let me just see if it's going to fit. This has been a very useful piece of card to us this evening, hasn't it? Good night, Jenny. Take care of yourself, lovely. It's a good way to clear your head and a fab way of archiving how you've made something. Exactly. It's much easier for people to find what you've done on your blog than it is to try and find things through Facebook. You can't really archive stuff in Facebook the same way. So yeah, so it's great for that point of view. Right, so we're going to do our sentiment in a bit of colour. So I'm just checking that this fits onto our bit of cardstock, our lovely scrap of cardstock. Probably actually fit in that bit, so I think I might just do it in that space there. This has been such a useful piece of card. So, bit of cracked pistachio using my green rainbow blender brush, straight onto my cardstock here. And we're going to do this kind of in a stripy fashion, because I want to get all three colours across my cardstock. So actually I'm going to cut this down because I'm going to be adding some dimension to this. So I'm going to cut this out 3 times in total. So I'm going to pop this through my machine while we do our blending. Let's kill 3 birds with 1 stone. Emma says she's just started blogging again and kind of stopped for a while as everything got away with you with COVID. Yes, easily done. Used to post multiple times a week, so looking forward to getting back into it again. That's awesome. That's really good. I think it's a really nice, like Danielle says, a really good way of documenting things, and that you can go back and look on them and archive them really well. So just need to take these off here. Come here. Pop them there. And then we'll put another layer through. And we'll move on to our blue. And we'll do a nice stripe of blue across the middle here. And I'm just using a light touch and a bit of a circular motion. But what you will find with your blender brushes is that you don't have, you see, I'm not really coming in from the edge and being too gingerly about my application. I'm just going in wherever I really want to start. And as long as you're not too heavy-handed to begin with, you're not going to get those harsh lines. Well, you're not going to get any harsh lines, to be fair, but you might just get a more uneven pressure to your blend, that's all. Because you're not going to get the harsh lines that you would get with traditional tools at all. And then the wilted violet, we'll get our pretty purple brush here and add that along the bottom. Oh, that's such a lovely colour, that. I love the wilted violet. Really pretty. This is a lovely colour combination. I'm just going to turn this around a little bit just so that I can get into this corner. Isn't that cool? Wow, I love that colour combination. You might see this colour combination at the weekend when I'm on TV, because yeah, I think that works. And then if I go back over the blue and overlap that then with my purple, again, that makes a really nice blend. So I'm really happy with that. I am just going to wipe off my brushes just to, in case I forget for when I start using them again, because I do that. But you really don't have to. It depends if you're going to be using the same colours with the same brush, or whether you might change your tone within the same colour family. So that's the only thing you need to be aware of. But giving them a good brush off with your microfiber cloth is all you really need to do, and it's so simple. You don't have to wash them, and I wouldn't advise washing them until they get to the point where they really feel like they're full of ink, because there's no need, there really is no need. So let's just wipe up our mess. And as far as this design goes, the only thing that I've really decided on was my sentiment, using this sentiment in this way. So the rest of it is still yet to be determined. So, you know how I like to, I can't get these off my blooming plate, look. We just make things up a little bit, don't we, as we go. But that's what we all do in your craft room. And what I would say is, for those of you that are who've lost your mojo, it happens to us all. It happens to me regularly, because I have to do this under pressure a lot of the time, and to come up with different ideas and things is tough. So what I love to do, I love to look at Instagram, which I know you guys all do too. I love to look at Pinterest, and I might see a colour or I might see a design that just says, I like that. And that is my starting point. Just wait for the noise to finish before I start talking again. And then I will just do something. And I know that sounds really simple, but even if that is just doing a bit of ink blending, to colour in an image, die cut something, you know, it's just something that I mean, that looks really cool. Oh wow, that would make a great background. Wouldn't that make a good background? You see what I mean? Just doing something, anything like this, can give you an idea that you hadn't thought of, and will just trigger something that you might never have considered. See, I think that could look really, really cool, couldn't it, as a background? That could look very cool. I know that's going to go off the page, and it's not quite straight, but if I was to do that again on a panel, that would be really kind of cool, wouldn't it? That just needed to be a bit more. Oh, I'm definitely going to think about this. I'm gonna keep that as my inspiration. So you see, one idea has led to something else. Right, so we now need to cut this bit out, don't we? So I am going to keep this because as well, this is going to be very good for spacing and keep putting everything back together. But I can also use this as a little bit of a guide to see where my colours are going to be when I pop my die back down. And I want that to be there because that is going to be a really nice colour combination for me. And I can pop this through because that my die sat inside that hole now, and I can pop this back through like so, and it will cut out exactly where I want it to. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attach that to there and attach that to there, so it shouldn't move around. Get my other bits, my other letters up that I've got stuck to my plate here, and then we'll pop this through, make sure that's not moved around. I might just have to, it shouldn't move around, but a bit more tape on there just to be certain. Sorry for the noise again, guys. Let's move them up there. And then I'm just going to pop I created a nice sky blue colour using excess ink on my blue blender brush the other day, as I don't tend to clean mine, as I have individual medium brushes for different colour oxides but I have larger brushes for colour families at the moment. Excellent. Would be Joe. I don't know. Sorry, Danielle, I'm not sure. You've given me a thumbs up for something. Right, am I straight there? How's that? Let's see what you guys say. That's not too bad. Excellent. Right, let's have a look what we got in here then, and let's try stacking some of these guys up. So yes, that looks like it's done the job. Oh, that bit of washi tape didn't want to come off there. There we go. Oh, this is going to look so cute. Right, okay. So let's pop these bits out. Big hugs. Okay. And just need to pop these ones out as well. There we go. So, we've got big hugs. So, and we've also got all of our other big hugs here. So now we've got to layer all these together. So sorry if this is going to be a bit dull. But this is going to be, let's just sort some of this out. This is going to be great at giving us some layers without having to mess about with little bits of tape and so on. So the other thing is I have cut out backgrounds with foam. What I do find with my Gemini is the pressure of it does squash the foam and stretch it. So for something small, for smaller items like this, like your letters, you're definitely going to be better off using layers of cardstock, I would say. So here we go. Let's layer these up. So bit of glue. Oh, I've glued my mat there, so I'm trying to be quite quick here. So this is probably the most labour intensive bit of the process. So don't all fall to sleep. Chat amongst yourselves. This is where I need we needed Simon. We haven't got Simon with us this evening. Simon normally tells us a couple of jokes. I don't know any jokes. Any Valentine's jokes? Anybody know any good ones? non-rude, obviously. So I do love the dimension that adding bits of cardstock gives. It's really cool. Oh, speak of the devil. And Anthony shall appear. So, bear with me while we stick all of these together. Here's a lot of hugs. And they're not socially distancing, no, Sarah. They are not, are they? Not at all. So, how is everybody coping with the announcement of homeschooling having to continue? I don't envy you guys that are having to do that, for sure. You're amazing doing that. What else can I tell you that's been going on in Time for Tea Land? Apart from just everything, I'll tell you what is going on at the moment is that I am running out of space for things. I've had five more boxes of brushes turn up today that are huge that I've had to find a home for. Literally every spare place is filled with Time for Tea stock. It's amazing. But it's great. I love it. How we're, just growing and coming up with new things. Oh, Danielle, I've just remembered. You said something about doing a monthly kit. Was that what you were saying? Was that what you were saying about would I do a monthly kit? Because Julie doesn't know any jokes, bless you. Remote learning is a nightmare, says Laura. Oh, Maria says they've got riots in Amsterdam Centre. Oh no, is that because of lockdown then? Because people are not happy with the lockdown? I just think, we all need to just chill our beans a bit, don't we? Because a little bit of, I suppose, caution now and restraint now will be for the benefit of us all in the long run. It's just, I know it's hard, but it'll be so much harder if we all end up, ill and our loved ones end up ill. So, I literally will do anything it takes to make sure that my mum and dad are safe and well. And that is all I can think about. They're vulnerable, and I just want them to be okay. And I want to be able to see them again soon. So I feel like the more we behave now, the sooner I'll be able to see them safely. That's just my thoughts on the matter. But I know it is tough. It is tough. But it's tough for us because, I've not seen my mum and dad for ages, and it just feels like forever. But we'll get to see them soon. Yeah, I'd rather they're home. Siobhan says it is what it is, exactly. Yes, go on, don't tease. A monthly kit. Well, so I would love to do a monthly kit, Danielle. I'm not really sure how I would do it. So that's why I've resisted. And I also, it's difficult to know what to put in a kit. Is it going to be cost effective? Will people want it? So I guess this month, the one that I'm going to do, that I'm planning on doing in February, is a bit of a gamble and a test. So because it is a lot of work to put them together. You can't just buy a kit from somewhere and, I have to put the kits together myself. Why can't I pick that one up? So it is a bit of work, but that's fine. I'm used to work. But it's whether it's going to be what people want, and it's going to be worth the expense and effort, I guess, is the things you have to work out. So so yeah, I do think it would be a lovely idea, but let's see how the first one goes and see how I cope with it. And then we can take it from there, can't we, I suppose. It would be nice. I need helpers. I think that's the thing, is we need to be out of lockdown so that I can have some helpers. Because I must admit, I do struggle with the amount of work sometimes. It's absolutely unusual for me to be ahead of the game to the point where I might be able to put a kit together for you guys. So so yeah, it's because it is so fast paced, and there's always so much going on. So so yeah, I think it can sometimes be hard work to keep on top of everything, and then come up with something new and do something that something that's a bit different, or that you guys might want. Like I say, I want to do more of the lives. I want to do more of this. Oh, I put that on upside down, haven't I? But sometimes that's really hard to fit in and to find the time for, and the energy for as well. You know, that it's we work very long hours, both of us, in our jobs. So then finding time for each other is also a challenge. So we did this week, I'll tell you something that's quite nice and romantic. Was we've both been working, like I say, we've both been working super hard in our respective jobs, and also doing stuff around the house. So we've been trying to, you know, get things done around the house and get things, some odd jobs finished off, those jobs that you hate to do but have to be done. And so we'd been pretty productive. We'd had a really good start to the week. So Ant suggested that last night we have a night off for once, and have a night off together. Excuse me. A little itch on my nose. So yeah, we have a night off together. I made some homemade scones, which I never do. I never have time to do. But I made some homemade scones, and Aunt made us, he'd already made some soup, a homemade soup, which he's so good at. He's so clever. And he made us a really nice, like, we're both vegetarians, so it was a fake roast dinner that he made us. And we had essentially a 3-course meal together. We got the table set up in the living room we got candles lit, we both had a little drink, and we watched a film, and it was just so nice to be able to do that and spend a bit of time together, which, like I say, we very, very rarely get to do. So yeah, it was so nice. And just a really nice idea of Ant's to do it. So yeah, it was very, very sweet and much, much needed. So yes, I thought I'd share that with you because it was very, very cute. So I think I might use the sentiments from the Happy Mail set. And I do quite like the idea of maybe just using a couple of the little birds, you know, and maybe a little envelope in the background would be kind of cute. Yes, I quite like that. Now, in the add-on, in the Digi-Stamp set, you will find there's another little bird facing the opposite way, which is quite cool, but I haven't printed mine off, so I'm not going to be able to use that today. But that is just one to note. Now I do have some nice, I'm wondering if a square card would work for this, because we're going to have the big hugs is going to be the main part of our card here. isn't it? Yes, and that's going to fill our card space quite nicely. So I think we'll just do a nice, cut a nice square of cardstock for our background. We get a nice piece of our card here. Now then, I wonder if it'd be nice to have, I might try that, but I need some white cardstock first. So where's my white cardstock? Here she is. Now I'm going to cut it so that it is, it's just a square rather than have any stitching detail in it. So let me just make some space for my trimmer. Oh, wrong way around. So I'm pretty certain that this is 5 inches by 5 inches. Yes, it is. So I know I want it smaller than that. So what kind of size do I want it? Let's have a look. Are you guys still with me? I seem to have frozen. I was doing quite well, but now I've frozen again. I'm going to keep going while ever I can. Hoping I'm still filming. Yes, I am. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Yes, so that's about the size. That's the size of my card blank, but I want it smaller than that. So if we cut about, I would say that that's about there and about there on each side, so it's kind of equal on each side. Do I want a bigger gap, or is that going to be, yeah, let's cut a little bit more off. I like quite a wide border. I think sometimes that just looks really quite cool, so I'm going to go for it and go for almost an inch different. Night, Catherine, thank you so much. Long time no see, and I hope we've helped you. Yeah, I hope we've helped you get a little bit of inspiration and get some of your crafty mojo back. But it's been lovely to speak to you, lovely to see you, and congratulations on the new job. I hope it goes well for you. Night, Angie, thank you for joining us as well. I know it's pretty late now. Jess is crafting along. Claire's here too. Thank you. I'm glad some of you are still with me. I know it's a late one, but we can you know, have this on the replay later as well, which is kind of cool. So if you can't stay up, don't feel that you have to. So I was wondering whether maybe a nice kind of dove kind of grey, which is not a dove grey actually. It's called, what is it called? Got my little swatch ring here. I think it's soft smoke, this one, isn't it? A bit of soft smoke, which is kind of cool, and I think it goes really well with the colours that we've used here. Yes, I like that a lot. So we've got our big hugs going across the back there, which is very, very sweet. Yes, so I'm going to cut this down. So this is the same size as my card base. I'm going to lay that up. And then I just need to do my little characters. So, and a sub-sentiment as well, I think, is what's required. I love my tonic guillotine, by the way. Best cutting implement that I've had for definite. Okay, so let's pop this on the back of here. Smitten kittens need a tiny baby kitten to go in the thought cloud. Oh, a little baby kitten. That is cute. Need to do some like mama and papa and baby images maybe. Let's pop that on there. Try and get it straight. Davis. Not done that very straight at all. There we go. There we are. Seems to have got some smudge on there, which is a bit annoying. Right, so pop them in there for now because I need some images to go on our little card here. And I've got some nice cardstock here that we can use. I'm surrounded by bits of cardstock at the moment. I'm being very, very naughty. Let's trim this down also, although I might not need that. Yeah, so I've been very good at keeping all of my scraps tidy. When I had the great tidy up of the craft room, there was a place for everything and everything in its place. But yeah, that's gone a bit awry while I've been preparing for various things. Okay, so in the background here, I think let's have a little look at what's going to look cute. Because obviously I don't want to take away from the big sentiment, but I think having a little birdie on there is going to look sweet. I do think that our little cat here is going to look very cute, but is quite large, you see. So what we might do is bring this down a little bit, like so. Maybe he's going to go up there. That could look quite cute, because then we're going to have a sentiment of sending paper hugs. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, I do have him, I think I've got him coloured somewhere. Let me have a look. That might save us a little bit of time if he matches. Oh, he doesn't match. He needs a purple. He's cute, but I think he needs a purple. He needs a purple scarf. So we've got that. And oh, what else can we have here? We've got just looking to see if there's anything else. Oh, I need to put him up there before he gets squished. Oh, I know what we could do. Let me think. Where is it? Where have I put it? It's not in this one. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself, aren't I? I'm so sorry for that. That's not good. But in the add-on set for the Happy Mail gift card holder, there are all these extra little die cuts. There is a cute little heart in there that might work quite well, but there is a heart, actually there is a nice little heart shape in here as well, which I think I might just cut out of the remainder of this cardstock that our little cat can be holding. So that would be quite cute, wouldn't it? So we'll do that as well. Right, okay, it's coming together. Oh yay, I bought this set, says Shana. Yay! So you might get a little bit of an inspiration from this, hopefully. Like I say, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I'm sure it'll work out. We shall soon find out. So a little bit of my Memento Tuxedo Black ink. Nice stamp there. Excuse me. Might have to get my little glass of water here. Give them a bit of a clean. Now I did see some stamping, some mirror stamping done over the last weekend, and I do want to try that, but I need a silicone mat, I think, to be able to make that work, which I don't have. But I have seen some, and I am quite intrigued as to whether I could get them for the shop. So I'm going to look into that, but I need to test them out first. Sorry, just getting a quick drink because my throat is a bit dry. And I'm also going to zoom in again so that you guys can see our colouring. It's going to be quite similar to what we did before, but this is my inspiration here. So I'm going to add a bit of colour all the way in, really, but leaving around his face, or her face, I should say her face, to be white, because this is Rosie's colouring, more or less. She's a little bit browner, I guess, than grey, but she has little white feet, so that's why I'm keeping those white. Good night, Julie. Gutted going to have to go as Harry isn't settling and he's got to be up for school in the morning. Made my card. That's 2 done today. Well done you. We'll post tomorrow. Take care. Thank you so much, Julie, for staying so late. Tell Harry he's to get himself off to sleep now. He needs to be fresh, ready for school. And you can always watch the replay tomorrow. I will make sure that goes on YouTube as well. I'm going to try as well, so if you prefer to watch the replay there, then you can. So adding the darker shade now, just where there would be some shadow as well, under a little fat belly, which is very true. This is very true to life, because she does have a very fat belly at the moment. Yes, she doesn't know when to stop eating, this one. But then we don't know when to stop feeding her, so you know. That is kind of our fault. So I'm just blending that mid-tone colour out, and then for my N5 colour, this is when I'm going to start adding some of the kind of the tiger stripes. So I'm just doing like a little squiggle in a kind of a triangular shape, so wider and then getting narrower, and then a few little stripes on the arms there, and then a few little dabs around the side there, and then the same, we'll just deepen that even more with the N7 right in the centre of those, just to add more definition. So it really is just a little bit of a touch of colour with the nib of the pen, and then again I'm going to go back in with the M5 and kind of blend those together. Just widen any of those stripes that need widening, and there you've pretty much got your cat body done. So the N3 is kind of that mid tone, and again I'm going to go over anywhere that just needs a little bit more shadow to give her that bit more depth. that doesn't get rid of any of that that shape that we've given with the stripes. And then the ears, I quite liked the R30, which is this pale reddish pink. So it's not too in your face, and that's a little bit of rosy cheeks and a pink nose, which is very cute. So for the scarf, some V12 for the main colour, or the lightest colour, which we'll lay down. And then Alison says her battery's going, so she's going to have to call it a night too. Stay safe and see you all soon. Thank you so much for joining us, Alison, and we'll see you soon. I don't expect everyone to stay on at this point, but I thought while I'm in the mood, I'll keep going. So this shade of purple doesn't seem quite so bright yet, so the V17, but the V17 really does just bring it up a level. Do you see? So I'll probably bring that out a little bit further, so that the colour is more of this deep purple. And add some of the V15 to bring that back together. And then just leave that lightest shade right at the very ends. Yeah, that's very sweet. Cool. So for our little birdie, I think he probably should be a grey bird as well. Because I don't want to add too many different colours into everything. So I'm going to make him this same kind of grey colour, and we'll do him grey, but we'll leave his I think I'm going to leave his wing a different colour, and just add a little bit of shading around the outside. So I think because he's only small, he's not going to need a lot of colour, because he's, like I say, he's only small. And for his beak, love that purple scarf. Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure if it was quite right, but I think it's okay, isn't it? I need a nice canary yellow. What about that? That seems a bit bright. I want a nice warm yellow. Oh, I've got them in here. That's why I can't find it. It's a nice warm yellow for his beak. And for his let me think. This colour green is an interesting one, because Twisted Citron is it's kind of minty, but it's not. See, that is not green, is it? It's more. Here we go. What's this colour here? This could be a good shout. Yeah, that's quite a good shout, that one there. Let's try this. Yes, that's a good one. So I think if we go for this colour green here, which is the YG41, which is pale cobalt green, and then what's this here? So that's a spearmint colour. That could be quite nice. Oh, I'm losing all of my colours here. What are we doing? let's have a look at this. This could be a bit too green. Yeah, it's I don't know, I quite like it. So that one is the GO2 Spectrum Green. Oh, I thought you said Spearmint. Spearmint would have been a good shout. I'll just add a little bit of shading on there anyway. Nope, not that one. This one. There we go. And for his little wing, why am I struggling to speak? It's getting late. Then I think we could just add a nice bit of blue there. Just a little pop of blue, which matches our colour scheme. So I'm happy with that. I think that's kind of cute. So let's pop those to one side. Anne-Marie says her battery's going to, and she's managed to make 2 cards while watching. Thanks for another fab crafting session. You're so welcome, and thank you for staying so late. It's bad when everybody's batteries are dying. You know you've been on too long. So thank you so much, all of you. We're almost done now anyway. Will not be too much longer. So little die cuts for our little characters. Sorry if my head pops into view. Shall I put that on there? I have done my roots. Ready for TV. So I think we'll do the blue portion for this heart that he's holding, and see what that looks like. I think that's going to look really cute. So being able to use your dies without the stamps is a really useful thing to do as well. So let's pop these guys through here. And then, like I say, I do want a sub-sentiment. So where did I put that piece of black card? Here we have this black card. And let's look at our sentiment. So back onto the black card, back with our anti-static bag. Oh, have I frozen? Oh, I'm still here. I'm still here, everyone. Maybe you're hoping that I hadn't still been here because it's quite late. So, and I'm just going to brush off this excess so that we can stamp. Okay, so I've seem to have got stuck a bit. Hopefully you're all still there. I think I'm still here and I'm still charged up. Believe so. Everything seems to be in working order. So we're going to use the sending paper hugs, but I'm also going to do the thinking of you, because that might make a nice sub-sentiment as well. So because I'm not fully committed to what I'm doing, then it's handy to have just something extra. And I'm just going to pick that up and just let that land where it wants to, because it didn't seem to be very straight. Sorry guys, I appear to have frozen. You guys okay? Everyone see me okay? I'm hoping it's just me. I think it is. Right, I'm just going to carry on. Okay, so it's still filming, so I think it's just my internet having a moment. So same as before, Wow embossing powder. We've seen this before, and we love it, don't we? Making sure that's tucked in the back. I do think that using your stamping platform for your sentiments is so much easier Not only if you are in danger of maybe not stamping it correctly first time, but also I think it just helps with the pressure. I am very heavy-handed. I know I've said this a few times, but yeah, it just helps me not flatten my stamps onto my cardstock so much, and then get a not very clear message. There we go. So, and that's done a great job of keeping the rest of our powder off the back of our card. So that anti-static pad is, you know, it's a must-have for your embossing, definitely. So just carefully pick that up. I've knocked a few more bits off there as I picked it up. So we'll just wipe those off with an old paintbrush. There we go. And I'm just going to heat up my heat tool to heat emboss this. I've fully frozen, so I hope you guys are okay. And you can see this okay. Keep knocking bits off every time I pick it up. And it is frustrating because I want it to be exactly right, so just have to keep brushing it off. Okay, so I'm going to heat set this. Back on its little hanger, but it doesn't want to go. There we go. Oh guys, I hope you guys are still there. I think you are. I think it's just my my internet's having a moment on my iPad. Maybe my iPad's having a moment. Let's try again. So I'm just going to get my chamois just to clean up my stamps while I reset my page so I can see your comments. So I can't see if you're talking to me, so I apologise for that. Sometimes my iPad loses connection and I have to use my iPad to be able to see your comments while I'm filming. Yeah, when I can't see your comments I feel like I'm just randomly sat in my craft room talking to myself. So it's nice when I can see your comments, because then I know I'm not just some crazy woman talking to myself. Okay, so let's have a think. What am I going to do with these sentiments then? Shall we cut them out with strips or shall we cut them out with banners? Because with the what have I done with the here we go. The Be Kind Be You stamp set does it would have if I put them back in the right pockets. So I've put my Smitten Kittens in with my Be Kind Be You dies, like a silly sausage. So they go in there, not the other way around. And what that means is that in this set we have a banner die. We also have some other smaller dies that will cut out the sentiments that are in this set, but they are also perfectly sized to cut out sentiments that are in your other sets. So they are likely to fit many of your other stamps. So for example, this one here would be really quite a nice size for either one of those. The banner is a great one for this. I think maybe this one is the perfect size for that. Yes, so let's try that, shall we? Let's try that. Okay. Come on, iPad, get working so I'm not talking to myself. let's just move that so that is in central in case I do decide to keep the banner bit. Now the reason I like to use dies for my sentiments, you may have heard me say before, is because I usually am very wonky when it comes to just cutting with my trimmer. So we were very successful earlier with a fairly straight cut, but that is unusual for me. That is very unusual. So I don't normally have that kind of success when I'm using my trimmer. So let's pop those down there, swap them over, pop this through the very noisy Gemini. Apologies guys. Pop this back while I'm waiting in its correct home. And then we can start putting card number 2 together. This is good. 2 cards in one night. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay. So here we have banner die for thinking of you, and then the one for sending. So for the workshop that I'm doing for the virtual show in February, I have asked for the end of the day slot, for the simple reason that you only get 90-minute slot otherwise, and knowing me, 90 minutes is never enough, is it? So I thought I can't take the risk that I'm not going to make it in 90 minutes. So if I have the end of the day slot, it means that I can almost have as long as I want, really. Oh no, that's tragedy. My washi tape was a little bit too strong and has taken off the top of the paper. So I'm going to cut this again. I'm going to use a little bit less sticky tape. Oh, that's such a shame because that was such a pretty colour. But not to worry. I think what I might do is I might pop it through my little machine because there'll not be quite so much pressure applied when it goes through the rollers. The Gemini is so powerful that it possibly is then making that washi tape just totally meld to my card stock, and that's what makes it a little bit harder to remove and more likely to take off that surface layer, especially because your distress ink will have made, although it's almost dry or it seems dry to the touch, it has made the top layer of your cardstock a little bit moist, so it is more likely to tear. So that's worked perfectly. Excellent. So that's just something I think just to be aware of as well. Oh, this is not working at all. Oh, here we go. Might be back on. Yay, hopefully. Oh, we're here. You're not frozen, not by me. Oh, excellent. Claire says she's done 3 kitty cards tonight, but time for bed. See you next week. Thank you for our Thursday nights. You're so welcome, Claire. Jackie says, still making cards as I'm watching on my 4th background for the Panda birthday pandemonium. Oh, fantastic. And Annalisa still hasn't used her digibird yet. Siobhan's still here. Oh, thank you guys. I know that a few of you have had to go to bed, and that's totally understandable. I shall be off to my bed soon. I've been enjoying, I know we like to have a little chat about TV stuff, don't we? And I know, Annalisa, you're a big fan of British TV, aren't you? So I've been watching The Bay at the moment, which is on ITV. I don't know if you can get ITV where you are, Annalisa. I know you can get BBC iPlayer, can't you? You watch a lot of BBC stuff. So yeah, I want to pop this in his little paw, you see. And he's sending a little paper hug with a little paper heart. So let's just pop that on there. That's cute, isn't it? Excellent. And then this is our big hugs. So yeah, so I've been watching The Bay, which is pretty cool. You can get it, but for a fee. Oh, I see. Yes, I understand. Maria says she often watches DIY The Big Build. Oh, I love that. Do you know, that always makes me cry though. They always have a sad tale to tell you, don't they? What about Finding Alice? Yes, I've been watching that, and I watched it. Yeah, I was a little bit. I thought it just ended a bit abruptly. Yeah, definitely interesting though. That I couldn't quite understand what it was trying to be, because I felt like there was some kind of a mystery there, but I wasn't sure what it was. Maybe that was the whole point. So we've got our little bird there. We've got our kitty cat, who's, I think, is going to sit in behind there actually. And then we're going to have Sending Big Hugs. Oh, that's interesting. What about if we move that up a little bit? Maybe Big Hugs like this. And then we have Thinking of You down there. We have the hugs. So we don't have it centralised, we have it more left justified, if you know what I mean. And our little cat is here at the side. Sending Big Hugs. That's quite cute. And you know what would have been even cuter? If it had balloons. Oh, maybe that would have been the thing to do. Cute. Oh, I see now. I've given myself another idea, and I wonder if I could still do it. No, not in that one. Is it in this one? What do we think if our cat was... I think our cat needs to be holding balloons. Our cat needs to be holding balloons. I'm sorry, guys. We've had a change of plan, but sometimes this happens, and that does mean that I just need to remove that from my cat's paw. Sorry, cat. But I need to recolour. But I think that I love the layout of that. But this is what you do when you don't know what you're doing until you do it. But definitely balloons. Definitely requires balloons. So the balloons are from the Smitten Kittens. Now I do love how all of these sets work so well together. The fact that you can mix and match them in this way is what makes them so cool. And you can do that with, you know, with all of your sets. It's not just the ones from this release. They are all mix and matchable. I would say, you know, in some way you can definitely match them up. So, oh Joe, that's another beautiful card. So cute. That's a cute layout. Love the colours. Balloons. Everybody's in favour of the balloons. Sorry about my big arm in the shot there while I grab my my inks there. And I've zoomed in a bit much so that you can't really see what I'm doing as well, can you? But it means you'll be able to see me when I do my my colouring a bit better, won't you? I don't think, did I not zoom back out again? I didn't, did I? After my colouring. Lucinda says, how am I going to pick which set to get? I know, you have to get them all. Like I say, they all work together and do different things, don't they? So it's pretty cool. Just have a little drink. So for our balloons then, obviously we're going to have the purple balloons. We're going to have a blue balloon. So we've got some nice colours here for the blue. Let's have a look. I need a really pale blue, I think. Yeah, that's a good one. And then we had some really nice greens as well that were almost Twisted Citron, weren't they? So in the front, I think I'm going to go with the Twisted Citron in the front, maybe? Yeah, let's go with the Twisted Citron colour. I just need to remind myself which order I'm doing these in. So just add one layer down, and then I'm not going to make these super complicated. I'm just going to probably just add the two colours here that we used before, just to give a bit of dimension. I think we'll use the blue in the background. So this is a BG 000 first of all for this colour here. And then we've got BG02, which I think is my closest colour to the B0 colours, BG0 colours. So it is quite a distance away from that 000. So we may have to do some tip to tip colouring, which we've not done for a while, have we? So tip to tip colouring is just going to add a little bit of this darker blue to the tip of my paler blue, and then use that to essentially create my own mid-tone, and it does just help bleed those colours out and together. And I also sometimes like to pick up the colour off the side of the marker there, because that also has a little bit of residual ink that helps pick that up. And then I've got the BG05, which will be good just to add a little bit of depth right behind that one there. For the purple, we'll use the same colours as before. So the V12 for the lighter shade, just there, and I think we'll go with the same. We'll go with the purple for the bow as well. Although maybe that should have been a different colour, but we've done it now. It's getting late, my brain's tired. So we're just leaving like a little curved area in the corner, in the curve of the balloon there, because that will give the illusion of it being a rounded shape and not just a flat shape, which is what we want. We want it to look like it is a balloon full of air or full of helium. So so it's good to just leave that little spot there. of the lightest shade, just to help give that illusion that we've got a 3D balloon. Okay then, so that's those coloured up. Sorry that took a little bit of extra time, but I think it's worth it. Maria says, almost there, but my battery's running out now, so I'm sorry I had to watch to see you finish the card. Till the other live, darling Joe. Oh, thank you so much. And again, you can watch the replay, which will be available not long after this this one's finished. And it'll also be on YouTube tomorrow as well, as a replay. So yeah, do watch the end, and I'll be posting the pictures as well. But thank you so much for staying on so late. I do appreciate your company. It's awesome that you're all still here. Thank you for the Thursday Live, Joe. All beautiful cards as always. Your colouring is just amazing. But sleep time for me. Thank you, Joe, and thank you all. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much for your company. So we're almost there. Emma's off to bed. Oh, I'm going to be on my own soon. I'm going to be all on my own. But don't worry, we're almost there. I'm going to pop this guy together now. And for those of you that have stayed right till the end, I am so grateful that I'm not going to be alone. So here we go. We've got this. We have got this. So balloons. Add a bit of glue, and if he sits there, then the balloons are going to go flying off the page. Yes, that's very cute, isn't it? Okay, let's take all of these bits off, and I'm going to add this on first with some of my big foam tape. I will never be alone. Oh, thank you. Alison Jane Green's still here. Laura Ann's still here. Sarah's still here. So you're not leaving me. That's so cute. Thank you, guys. I don't want to be here talking to myself. It's a long one tonight. I appreciate that. I keep doing this. I don't know when to stop. This is my problem. When I'm on a roll, though, you know, you have to keep going, don't you? And like I say, I'm so excited about these, all of these stamps and everything, that I just, once you get an idea in your head, I just feel like you have to go with it. You just have to do it. So, I think I might need to just zoom out a little bit. So, bear with. Oh. If it lets me. Oh, there we go. Then you can see what I'm doing, can't you? So it's a little bit too close. Love that thick foam tape. Oh, I do, Annalisa. I'm going to be so sad when it's run out. I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's lasting me for ages. That's what I mean. I think it is definitely worth the money, because it lasts so long and is just so good. But yeah, it's one of those where you just don't know what the best thing to do is. Maybe once we're back at live shows again, we'll bring it to the shows. So there we go. Right, big hugs. I like big hugs, and I cannot lie. How about that? So big hugs. Just need to remember whereabouts we positioned everything and make sure that it all lines up nicely. You know me, I'm not one for measuring, but oh, that's so cute, isn't it? That's really cute. Right, okay. I'm going to bring in my trusty T-square ruler here, just to try my best to line up those hug letters. So, and I'm going to use my liquid glue here to pop this in place. Love the grey cardstock. It matches the card so well. Have I put the H the wrong way up? Oh, I have. Well spotted. Thank you. Thank you. That's it's a good job I saw that, didn't I? Isn't it? Before it stuck down. That's tiredness, that, isn't it? Oh, well spotted. Well spotted. Well spotted. So yes, don't do that the wrong way round. Like me. Thank you so much for saving me. Once that had stuck down, that would have been it. Phew! I bet you were all shouting at me, weren't you? Like, wait, don't do it! It's the wrong way round. It's upside down. Silly woman. I am a very silly lady. Right. You pop over there. And we'll do the same with the big. And these are the right way round. I've checked. The eye could have gone wrong, you see, with this one. The eye could definitely have gone the wrong way around, couldn't it? So we're making sure that we don't do that. And pop that one there. I want these to be fairly close-ish together, just because I want space for my cat here. But I quite like that my cat hangs over the edge again. We've left quite a nice border around the outside, so that works quite well for us. Oops. G. Not playing ball. There we go. So I think that is, hey, that's as straight as I'm going to get it. I think. The sending and the thinking of you, I think I'm going to do flat and keep the dimension with the big hugs. I think is quite cool. And I'll probably add some dimension with my cat. Now I wish I'd done the bow a different colour for my cat, because there's lots of purple next to each other, but the purple is next. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'm beating myself up about something that doesn't need to be an issue. So this, I think I will have going off the end here as well. Possibly, shall we? Oh, cutie, cutie. Cutie patootie. And then we could have the little, where's he gonna live? He doesn't seem to live anywhere now. Maybe he lives there. Maybe he lives there. What do you think? That's quite cute. Okay. I'm going to snip off the end of this, just because it's got a rounded edge and our other sentiment doesn't. Hello Rizwana, how are you? Lots of familiar faces this evening. Right, so that's on there. Yeah, I think our little such a perfectionist. I know, I'm terrible for it. This is why it takes me so long to create anything, Annalise. I'm just forever just poking at things. Right, so this guy, I think he might be lay flat as well, because the big hugs needs to be where the dimension is, I think. So we're going to lay him flat and add a bit of glue all around there. And like I say, I don't mind, I like that he's hanging off the edge. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. And again, I think sequins are going to have to happen. Now these clear sequins are really quite cool because you can colour them with your alcohol markers, and I have done that for another project that I've been working on. So that is something to bear in mind that you can do should you want to. Oh. Big hugs. I'll write that one there. I think that one goes there quite well. So yeah, so that is something to bear in mind. You don't have to have them as just clear. They can be. You can colour them with your alcohol markers, which is kind of cool. So that one's flipped over. Now it's got stuck to me. They are quite staticky. That's the only thing. Okay, so I'm quite liking that arrangement. They're pretty, aren't they? Or do you think we go silver again? I think I quite like the clear. The clear just sits there delicately in the background. This one, you may think I'm a bit crazy, but I'm going to snip it in half because I want it to appear to be coming out from behind our sentiment there. So let's just add some glossy accents to that, and then stick that there. So you see that appears to be coming out from behind that sentiment, so I'll just give that a second to grab. And then another dot on here. And just here. Natalie says, oh, this is gorgeous. My battery died and needed to get the boy off to bed, so I'll have to watch the replay. Oh, thank you, Natalie. Oh, bless you. Everybody's had battery dying issues this evening. I'm surprised it's not been me. It's usually me with the technical issues, isn't it? Especially with it being such a long one tonight. So that's our sequins in place. I'm loving that. Now, balloons are just asking to have some glossy accents, aren't they? So that's what they're going to get, because glossy accents is pure perfection for our balloons. So I am going to do my best to trace each balloon and not just do one full blob, because I just think that is a bit better, gives you a bit more shape, but you don't have to worry about that really. You're still going to get the shape of the 3 balloons. Isn't that awesome? That's so cute. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing that we did with our other image. We're going to add some of our white jelly roll pen around there and around there. I think we'll add some to the scarf as well. Balloon ribbon to our little birdie and his little letter. I think that's all he needs. And then I do have my clear glaze. The clear glaze is, I'm going to just need a little bit of blank paper just to get it running on, because like I say, it's if you don't use them for a bit, they get a little bit of film over the top, which prevents them flowing. But sometimes you just tap that off and then it flows, and that's perfect to get to the little wet noses, because your glossy accents can be a little bit big for that. And then again, some of that glaze, black glaze, to make those eyes sparkle. And that is it. Yay! Oh, I'm so happy with that. That was a complete, you know, just see what happens, and we changed it as we went along, but it worked really, really well. So I'm thrilled with that one. That was well, I'm thrilled with them both, because neither of them were really a full concept when we started, but they've turned out all right in the end, haven't they? I think. Thank you, Zamara. Oh, thank you, Siobhan. Lauren says the glossy accents are like magic on the balloons. They really are, aren't they? I'm going to see if I can get you a nice shot of that. Look at those glossy accents. They're so cool on the balloons. I love it. I love it. Yes, everyone said clear for the for those sequins. I think they work perfectly, don't they? So there are 2 cards for tonight. What do we think? Thank you so much for everybody who stayed right until the bitter end, so I didn't have to be all on my little lonesome. I'm so pleased with how the cards turned out, and I've really enjoyed your company. It's been a good crafty evening, hasn't it? Okay then, I am going to go off to bed now. I think I'll let you guys all go to bed and charge up your batteries, and I shall see you next now on Sunday. So Lauren says the second card is your favourite, the colour scheme suits you. Well, this is very much a Valentine's, isn't it? Whereas this can be sent to anyone. So so I don't know which one's my favourite. I think I like them both, but for different reasons. And I think this one's going to be a perfect one to send to my mum and dad, for definite. I think that's perfect for them. And then this one will be a perfect one for Aunt. So yes, so I shall see you all again on Sunday for the Create and Craft show at 3 o'clock. And then if I don't see you before, I shall see you all next Thursday for our next Facebook Live. Thank you so much, guys. Take care now. Stay safe. Bye bye now.